What's happening, Brighton? The short answer is a lot. The long answer is this podcast. What's Up, Brighton is a show dedicated to the community we all love.
Hosted by Roger Burnett, Eric Meldrum, and Coach Mark Howell, this podcast will feature news, issues, and discussions impacting Livingston County and celebrate the people who make our slice of Michigan go and grow. This is What's Up, Brighton. What would be one of your most favorite places to have a party in town that doesn't ever get used in the summertime?
In the summertime?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously Mount Brighton.
I think Mount Brighton.
I think Mount Brighton would be a great place to have a party in the summertime. Oh, hey.
Party Mount Brighton.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode Double Touchdowns,
Let's go.
number 14 of the What's Up Brighton podcast. I'm Roger. To my right, we got Coach Mark.
What's up?
And over there in the corner, we got Mr. Final Thought himself,
Heyo.
Let's go.
Eric. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea where this podcast is going.
Wild cards.
Wild card Friday, 2 touchdown episode 14. Let's just do the thing.
Let's
So how's it going, guys?
Great.
What's going on?
I think we're just got like all the giggles out. We're trying to like get ourselves composed, but I love where it's going. So Roger, why don't you? Well, no, Mark, you did it last.
I
week.
did. I started
So
first.
Mark, what's your word of the day?
There we go.
Gonna be my. My word of the today is weakness. Weakness, and it kind of goes into my Huddle Up segment later on, and it's around the negative connotation that comes along with that word, but how empowering I think that word can be and is with the right mindset. And I've just been thinking a lot about, a lot of times our mind goes towards like all things positive when we're trying to like aspire or hype ourselves up or hype other people up. And today when I was just kind of thinking about it, I was like, weakness is something that needs to be embraced more. And it was just something that was kind of resonating with me. And weakness is the word.
Yeah, we'll talk about those weak Wranglers here in a little bit.
Duh. Absolutely,
Yeah.
we will.
Get it, Roger,
Weak
what about
Wrangler
you?
drivers.
There's some emotion at the table at this moment. I
Hey.
can't wait to peel back some of the layers of this particular onion. My one word is launch.
Oh,
Launch.
Launch. So, as you guys know, and as many of you who are watching the program also know, we've been busy tinkering in the lab here the last few months, and we've got a number of things, some of which we've been alluding to, that are starting to come to fruition. And it's one of those, like, I have so much I could say, but I'm really not in a position to say yet. So I walk around with like this internal kind of jubilation of what I know is on its way. So launch.
A lot of vision
Love
casting.
Lot of vision casting.
slingshot
Love it.
engage.
Engage.
Engage it.
How about you, big guy?
Yeah, my word of today is sarcasm.
All right.
Well, this group is just like on fire today.
Yes.
Mark came in hot to the
Hot.
to it. He's got
And I'm sober today. Ish.
ish. So sarcasm. I love it when this group gets together and we just like, the text thread starts going and we're like, all right, here we go. Better put things on pause for a little bit. Let's rock and roll.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
Or turn notifications off.
this silence. This might be the moment when they're like, everything was kind of great and then 14 happened. Whoa.
14.
Oh, we're turning a corner.
On the dark side.
Everybody who wants to talk about deep state and nope, I'm just kidding.
No.
Let's reel it back.
That's episode 100.
That's episode 100. All right.
Can you imagine? Episode 100.
Wow.
14. Man,
Let's roll.
100.
Conspiracy theories in Brighton.
Lord only knows where we will have taken things
Oh.
by the time we get to
Yeah.
episode 100.
Hopefully you guys are still listening. And
Will we all
yeah,
still be
enjoying
employed? Is the question by then. Probably not.
I'll fire myself.
I will probably have to quit and resign
That's
from all things.
That's the beautiful thing is all of us are our own bosses.
It's true.
Think about it.
Yeah.
I do have some responsibilities that I'm not in control over.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You
I
might
have
get
to
banned.
mold young minds with some kind of accountability. But, here we're just free birds flying.
So in keeping with molding young minds, we thought one of the most fun things to do today would be to talk about our favorite memes.
Oh, fuck.
Cue, Mark.
So, anybody have
No,
any
let's-
favorite memes?
Okay, I want to set this up right. I want to set this up because Mark did not know about a certain meme that has been plaguing the internet for many years.
Making the internet awesome.
I never saw it.
For
Admittedly, I
many,
never. I don't know
years.
how I missed it. It never resonated with me. It never registered in my brain.
The algorithm never found you.
It never found
apparently.
It never found it.
Until this year.
And you just didn't pay attention.
Maybe that.
You don't
Maybe
pay
I just
attention.
scrolled on,
Yeah.
right?
Just like, oh, that's weird.
Right.
Didn't click.
Didn't click.
No
Cool.
clickbait for this guy.
So a little bit of backstory. We got into that, but tell the full backstory so
Sure.
the audience has context.
So I'm, Facebook scrolling, just the last few weeks or so, or especially like mid to late April. Okay. And I keep seeing, all these Justin Timberlake memes, right? And so many of them were worded differently, and then like, hey, today is April, but tomorrow, and then it'd be like a picture of Justin Timberlake. And every time I would see it, and I would rack my brain. I'd be like, okay, it's Justin Timberlake. Or I'd be like, it's NSYNC. And I'm like, I don't get it. And I spent way too long, like racking my brain, like trying to figure this out and problem solve it.
Rabbit hole.
I did
How many-
everything with
how
the
many Google
exception of like,
searches did
I
you
did
do?
not do a Google search.
No Google search? All right.
I
No
got
ChatGPT.
so agitated leading up to the final day of April where I finally like kind of had like a rant post on Facebook, like, okay, WTF, what is with the Justin Timberlake memes? I don't get it. I'm lost. I don't get it. And of course, right? You send out like an inspirational message or a, hey, we're doing this fundraiser to change this life, whatever, you get a few people engaged. You send one thing, about Justin Timberlake or, something a little bit controversial and, it's like, boom, viral, like 100 comments, so whatever it was, and so many people liking, making fun of me, sending me text messages like, oh, I can't wait to just, rip on this. And so obviously like it's then divulged to me, it's from the song, where he says the one line, it's gonna be May. and like, and as I got it, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. Haha. Like that was funny. But then I found myself just getting so agitated by like the sheer like power of it. Like everyone posting, I'm like, this is so freaking stupid. Like it is taking over Facebook with this dumbass meme, with this dumbass line from one stupid song. And people all the time were like, I can't believe you didn't know it. I can't believe you didn't know it. It's from this famous one line, it's gonna be May. He says me, but it sounds like May. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. And it's fucking stupid.
Woo! All right, and we are off, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
So that meme didn't go over well with Mark. He was curious, but obviously did not find it amusing after you learned what it was.
I laughed
actually
quickly, and then it was like I just brought it upon myself, and I should have known better. Right? Because now people are texting me, people are blowing up my messages. They're blowing it up because they're like, "This is hilarious. Mark's agitated. We're gonna jump on this bandwagon."
Okay, so there's another one.
Oh God.
There's another one that I actually am not a big fan of the series or like the trilogy, whatever you call it. I mean, I don't even know what they call it anymore. For anybody watching that it knows this, like you're gonna be like, oh, Eric's an idiot. The Star Wars references. Okay. Okay, Star Wars references.
May the fourth be with you.
May the fourth be with you. Okay. Now that was it's tomorrow.
Yes.
Not when people are listening.
So tomorrow.
but-
So tomorrow. Yeah. So tomorrow.
It will have already happened.
It'll already happen. Tomorrow I'm gonna go be scrolling the internet and be like,
Oh,
same thing, like dumb. I just don't get it. I was never into Star Wars. I still am not into Star Wars. I don't understand it. Never really liked it. But that is the one that bothers me the most. Like, it's just May 4th, right? Who cares?
I mean, I'm gonna take full advantage of that. I mean, I do get that one. I like Star Wars.
Oh, okay. So I
like
was
Star-
going to say we were almost universal in our disdain for Star Wars.
I'm
Except
not a
Mark,
slappy.
because
2 out of 3.
I'm not
is still,
slappy, but I do like it.
Not normal.
He's
2 out of
still-
3
he
ain't bad.
still is
Meatloaf said it. Okay.
shocking me. Like, Like sometimes he hates things, and sometimes he's like, oh, yeah.
Ambivalent or pure hatred. Nothing in between.
Yeah, I'm like,
No joy. Just those joy for 5 things, ambivalence for 100, hates everything else.
are we friends or frenemies?
Cheap drivers, never. Can't like them, never. Sorry.
You can drive a Jeep. You can love that Jeep. You can go off-road with it. You can have the most badass Jeep Wrangler in your whole life. Yes, awesome vehicle. Why are you waving at the other Wranglers on the freaking road? And why?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I got this cute little duck. I see a Jeep in the parking lot. Here you go. So stupid.
You know what I think of? You know what I think of every time I see those? If you guys ever been to Big Black Brewing Company?
Sure.
Yes.
Right. So when you walk in, there's one in Howell and there's one in Brighton.
Yep.
As well. So the one in Brighton, Old 23. Right when you walk in, they have that duck.
Oh, God.
Grab
Yeah.
game in there. My daughters love it. They're like, yeah, can we go get a duck? And I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. It's $1, and they always get them for some reason. Like it's one of those games where you're like,
You always win.
you're not gonna get it.
Got a magnet
if you
in
go
it.
to the stuffed animal thing, like you're not gonna get the stuffed animal. But for some reason, they always get the duck. So I love that.
So are they what's behind the duck in this whole universe?
I don't know. That could
There's
be
a correlation.
could be a correlation.
It's a
If you
deep
know,
state reference.
Let us know if Big Black Brewing Company has something to do with this Jeep activity.
So fun fact, I did Google the duck thing because I didn't get it. I didn't get
Googled
it
it
at
here.
all. I did Google that.
Well, enlighten
Won't
us.
Google
It
Taylor
was just,
Swift.
and
but
all I
we'll
could
Google-
find from it was limited. I didn't like deep dive because I just wanted to see like what the hell is with the, like, is there like some meaning that I'm just too dumb to realize? Because that wouldn't be the first time, right? It's going to be May. But the duck thing, it was, from what I could see, it was just one day a random person. It was almost out of like kindness or joy, which almost started out of like something good, but now it just pisses me off for some reason. Just like a random lady like left a duck on the Jeep, and then that person like put a duck on another Jeep, and over time it's just like a thing now. And I'm like, well, that was really started like out of cute and kind, but now when I drive down the road and I see somebody with 40,000 ducks in their dash, I'm like, I really want to ram right into your vehicle.
You got to appreciate the irony in all this.
I know.
You got to appreciate the irony in all this, because that story, the only thing I heard out of all that is
Hypocrisy.
no, it's, yes, a little bit of that, but it
Yay
is
me.
Yeah.
Boo everybody else.
Go find the life. Boo
kindness
ducks.
spreads, right? The whole thing is
Oh,
spreading kindness,
whatever.
right?
I hate ducks.
And
So-
the
I
guy
now
who
hate
talks about
ducks.
positivity is like, I
No.
hate that.
So ladies and gentlemen, in the What's Up Brighton store coming soon, rainbow colored Fun to Life ducks
Holy cow.
for all your Jeeps. We're just going to stick it to Mark in the hardest possible way. Everybody around town with a Jeep is going to have all these Fun to Life little ducks
Holy cow.
in their Jeeps. And now what's he going to do?
Followed
How's
by,
he going to?
followed
I'm
by,
so conflicted. Mark will be like, "Ugh."
I heart Jeeps.
Return the duck.
You would. You'd be so conflicted
Oh, man.
if there was
And-
this run on rainbow ducks in all of the Jeeps around town, and they were all fundraisers.
Hey, you know
for
what?
Fun to Life. I
It
love
plays with
this.
my word. All right. My word is weakness. This is a weakness of mine. Also hypocritical. And I'm very self-aware of it. All right. It's something I'm working through, people. All right.
We're picking on it hard. So he's going to be in a 12-step program before this.
Before the end of the episode. That's good.
Man.
So we'll be donating anybody who buys a T-shirt for I Heart Jeep or the Rainbow Duck. You'll make a
Holy
good
cow.
contribution and be spreading kindness,
Kindness
love
and
around the
positivity
world.
around the world. What about? I mean, so May the 4th for you is your thing.
May the 4th be with you.
Jeeps.
May nothing be with you.
Jeeps
Yeah.
for you. Mine is this pseudo. We live in Brighton, so we have to hate Howell. Like I
Is
don't.
there a
I don't.
hashtag?
How many people actually live in the city of Brighton?
10,000 or so.
How many people here live in the city of Howell and hate Howell?
This is my okay. So it's the hypocrisy of this to me is hilarious, right? So Crooked Lake, half in Howell, half in Brighton, and yet we're out in the middle of the lake, and it's not like there's an international timeline.
I think most people identify as Genoa Township.
Brighton,
No,
Howell,
you're in
my
Howell.
favorite.
No, it's actually
No,
Genoa
my
Township.
favorite was like Champion Chevy coined the term Brighton Howell. And I was like, what the hell is Brighton Howell? And they're like, that no man's land that's not really Brighton and not really Howell. I said, you mean Genoa Township, where I live, where the golf courses and the country club and the lakes, and that's Brighton Howell? Like, see, this is like, we have a little bit of an identity crisis in this area when it comes to, like, I don't live in no man's land. I don't live in Brighton Howell.
If you were born in either or, you hate the other one.
See?
It's just innate. It's like part of your DNA. I was born in Howell. I hate Brighton. Brighton's a bunch of rich, stuck-up little bastards. If I live in Howell or born in Brighton, I hate Howell. Right?
See?
They're just out in the boons, and I hate them, and it's all good.
It's the best.
It's fascinating.
It is absolutely, especially for those of us, even though I've been here a really long time, I just appreciate the Hatfield and McCoy slight bent to this entire conversation. I legitimately had someone not too long ago, I was getting my hair cut and I happened to mention that I was going to Diamonds for dinner, to which I was responded, that's in Howell, ew.
Wow. That's pretty intense. I mean,
wow.
That's in Howell, ew. It's like, food's kind of good. Yeah, but ew.
it's more of like a joke for me. It's not something I'm super
See.
passionate about.
See,
I would never be able to like send my kids to school there because it's like that is like my breaking point. But I live there. I live there. It's a great city. It's great for raising a family. Yeah.
We thought we had nothing to talk about. Now all of a sudden I feel
Look
like
at
we're
this.
onto a thing. Okay, so here, ladies and gentlemen, listeners, watchers, you may not know this. A longtime resident, family's been here his whole life, doesn't know this. Was there a seminal moment where we like Howell and Brighton used to be kumbaya, and then there was this moment when the fracture happened and it was like, yeah, no, we hate you now. No, we hate you now. So for those of you who have been around here for a really long time, let's get at the origin story of this thing. There's got to be something that happened. It's got to be like the Dank houses.
I wish I knew.
Kicked out somebody and they went to Howell and said, all right, fine, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
And the one that I'm just going to leave this one for a later discussion topic. Somebody suggested to me recently that Brighton was more like Ann Arbor and Howell was more like Ypsilanti. I was like, oh, let's talk about that one for a minute, because there's all kinds of ways. Because how many people in Livingston County alone want to be compared to Ann Arbor at all?
Yeah, not me.
Okay.
Punch me in the face.
This is my point. So when now suddenly Brighton is being
You're going to Ann Arbor for
characterized
dinner?
as the Ann Arbor. Ew. Right? So, please, if you're watching this at all and you have an opinion, if there is one thing that should get people's attention, it is this particular debate. And I got to guess that there's somebody's got something. Make something up, for the love of God.
I think it's all opinions. It's literally all opinions.
Is that not what makes this amazing?
Yeah.
So great. I think each group thinks something about the people who live in the other town, right? And I think you can throw Heartland in that mix too.
Ooh.
Just all three kind of just have their little things, right? And they dislike each other, especially when it comes to, and I think we talked about this on like episode 1. Each local community is so connected with their sports and their sports teams and their high schools. And I think, honestly, so much of it is born out of that because so many people in Livingston County were born here, then stayed here, raised their family here. And so, like, even me, I now live in Howell, but I'm a quote unquote Brighton snob. I'm a Brighton snob. I'm a Brighton snob through and through, and I will own that. I just am.
I just don't live there.
Because I was born there and I don't even live there.
You just identify as a Brighton
I
resident.
identify as a Brighton resident. That's what I identify as.
All right, good.
Yeah.
All right, so I just found the article here. It was actually from USA Today, the 10 best, and the article was called, let me get to the top here, 10 charming main streets across the U.S. that you can't miss. And Howell took the number 1 spot.
Boom.
That's crazy.
Out of that. And that beat out Haddonfield, New Jersey, Hickory, North Carolina.
Weak.
Grand Junction, Colorado.
Who cares?
Ellicottville, New York.
No, Ellicottville is amazing, actually. Sorry. Howell. You beat Ellicottville. Ellicottville Brewing Company is legit. Sorry. Side discussion.
Belleville, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
I just said that weird.
Yeah, no one goes there.
McMinnville, Oregon.
Ooh.
DeLand, Florida. It's a weird city name for Florida. Ogden, Utah.
Ogden is amazing. Also, wow, Howell, good job.
Emporia, Kansas.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Boring, Kansas. Sorry.
Oh, Howell, Michigan, number
Howell,
1. And
let's
it
roll.
says Grand River Avenue, the main street in Howell, is home to numerous historic buildings that now house a variety of unique shops, local eateries, including Diamonds. This street is where you'll find the Howell Opera House, as well as popular Two Fogs pub.
Two Fogs, which has simulator golf now.
Do they really?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Oh, sweet.
Simulator League, no less.
Well, Two Fogs was kind of like that, like speakeasy vibe.
That's right.
Yep.
And then like anybody can come down now, just like we got everything.
Roll in. Let's go.
Let's
We're
go.
playing golf now.
You know what I think makes the Howell downtown so cool though is the like the courthouse with all that land around it.
Super
Like that
cool.
just that
Oh,
kind
they
of
have
like
music on the lawn.
yeah,
in the
like
summertime,
that just
yeah.
locks it in, right? Because everything else, like they have the historical buildings, but a lot of downtowns have that. The one difference is right adjacent to it is almost like a park vibe,
Right?
you know. And by the library, it's almost like the same feel. It's like holy crap! Like
Yeah,
look at all
and
this
then-
like land that you can just hang out and chill, and I don't know, it's cool.
Are you or a loved one struggling with the effects of stroke? The Oxford Center in Brighton, Michigan offers a cutting-edge alternative stroke treatment that can help stroke victims even years after having a stroke. Our approach combines traditional medicine with evidence-based alternative therapies, including hyperbaric oxygen therapy. This advanced treatment involves breathing pure oxygen in a specialized environment that can stimulate the growth of new blood vessels and promote healing in the brain. We also offer physical therapy, speech therapy, and occupational therapy programs to help patients regain their strength, coordination, and ability to communicate. Time is of the essence when it comes to stroke recovery. Contact the Oxford Center today at 248-486-3636 or visit our website at theoxfordcenter.com to learn more about our alternative stroke treatment options, including hyperbaric oxygen therapy. That's 248-486-3636 or visit theoxfordcenter.com.
Pizza place in Howell, which I'm
Karate's.
Karate's. Thank you. Karate's. That is I think the best pizza in Howell. Okay, I'm just gonna throw that out there. I think they got the
shots
best
fired.
pizza in Howell.
We just keep layering in, just layering in. All right, so clubhouse
building it
leader.
up.
Clubhouse leader, sorry, Shamrock. Clubhouse leader, because everyone accuses us of getting paid by Shamrock. We're not getting paid by Shamrock.
I haven't seen any checks.
Are we going for dope pickle pizza at lunch? Is that what's up?
No,
Are we fine? No? Okay.
I'm not going to get accosted
Maybe
by
next time.
the locals at Shamrock.
Yeah, sorry, sex trophy. My bad. I forgot about that. My bad. Okay, so that all works out great. And whoever was brilliant enough to put a Dairy Queen right next to the lawn,
Right?
brilliant.
Brilliant.
Never
That
not
place
busy.
is so packed.
Never not busy.
Line
Always.
is out the door
Same
literally on the daily.
Same with Brighton. It's like
Well,
never not busy.
There's so many people that love Dairy Queen.
It is good. I mean,
Yeah,
It's a ritual for a lot of people.
that's
true.
that's another kind of like, ice cream wars. Like,
Yeah.
are you a Jack? Are you a
Oh
Jack's?
shit.
I call it Jack's. Jackie's custard. Are you a blank slate? Are you a Dairy Queen?
Whistle Stop. Whistle Stop and Howell is the best ice cream in Livingston County.
There you
period.
go.
Period.
Well,
I will
the Caboose.
fight you to the death.
The Caboose is where
The
it's at.
best. It is.
Yeah.
And it's only open like 4 or 5 months of the year.
And like only for like 2 hours
It's
a day.
it's super good.
Have you been to Ritter's?
Yep. Ritter's is
course.
good.
Ritter's
Ritter's
good.
is really good.
It's its own
Whistle
lane.
Stop, I think, is
Whistle
the best.
Stop. I got
It just takes it.
I got to give it. Well, I think this really is the appropriate pivot point yet again for Coach. I mean, he's placed his flag. He's told us what he doesn't like.
Tell us more about the ice cream.
He's told us what he does like. There's got to be a moral to the story here somewhere. So I'm going to pray that Coach Mark is going to pull this thing together.
It's been a big emotional roller coaster for me here today. Here we go.
All right.
All right. So going along with my word of the day, with my one word, which was weakness, I kind of wanted to talk about how that kind of frames, I think, our thought process and who we are as people and the opportunity that weakness kind of presents in our lives on a daily basis. I made a bunch of notes because I want to make sure I stay a little bit on task here. The thing with weakness is it has that negative connotation to it. I mentioned that earlier, but I think that weakness also is the greatest opportunity in our lives, right? It can be a mental weakness, it could be a physical weakness, it can be a situational weakness that we're not comfortable dealing with, right? And that really impacts how we navigate a day, right? But what weakness also does is it can make us acutely aware of a vulnerability in our life. It can make us. Have you guys seen the movie Unbreakable?
Yes.
Okay, I love that movie. I love the concept of that movie. Kind of the deep meaning of, like, every hero has a huge weakness, right? And no matter what you are, I think that each person, even in some framework, has like a weakness in their life, right? And obviously we all do, right? But something though that like goes a little bit deeper, right? Not like public speaking is a weakness of mine. Well, whatever. But I think that it's something more that we're susceptible to, that it can be a pitfall in our life if we allow it to be, right? And so I think that it can be a stronghold in our lives. And I think that the way to combat that, instead of running from it or focusing on maybe just what's strong, is to face it head on, right? I think that weaknesses exist to give us our greatest challenges, but also to be the challenge in our life that we need to drive towards. We need to work on. We need to not run from, but head towards with open arms. We need to embrace them. It's an opportunity that exists in our life to overcome something. And what greater feeling do we have in life than when we overcome something that we're wildly uncomfortable doing, or something that we know we're not good at? And then when we accomplish said, weakness or obstacle or what have you, when we get through that, we grow. We're better for it. We feel better about ourselves. Our confidence soars, right? And that permeates in every aspect of our lives. And so I think that in so many ways, our weaknesses, it's just a framework of how we view those. And obviously that comes in a lot of different manners, but can we embrace our weaknesses to be better? Can we embrace our weaknesses, take on that challenge to be a better person, a better human, offer the world maybe a little bit different perspective on something that we get through? And, don't run from it. Embrace it. Embrace that weakness. Tap into your inner warrior and just go dominate your day. Let's go, weakness.
Dominate your day. Let's go. What do you think?
You tie that together really nicely.
Did I?
Bringing it together. We got really off track there. Really off track.
And he just snapped us right back in.
Snapped you right back in.
So I'm reminded, I'm a buddy of the author's name is David Rendell.
Yeah.
6'8". He wears pink constantly. And his whole concept was, when he was a kid, he was told 3 things: sit down, shut up, do what you're told.
Really good speaker too.
The 3 things in life that Dave Rendell can't do is sit down, shut up, and do what you're told. And what he realized over time was everything that people told him was his weaknesses were actually his strengths. So he has this idea of being flawsome. So your flaws are what makes you awesome and unique.
I love that.
And so the idea of being flawsome is 100% what Coach is talking about here. So that's killer. And we'll make sure to put a link into Dave's stuff, because life-changing for a lot of people, resonates with me a ton, because I know Dave really personally. That's such good, so good. There's people in life who need to hear that every single day. So that's really, well, again, the CD of clips from Coach Mark will be available on DVD here pretty soon for the low price of $99.95, all tax deductible for Fun to Life, ladies and gentlemen. So that leaves it to our friend Eric over here for our final thought.
Oh, the final word. Comparing Brighton and Howell today was actually kind of ironic. It's this little unspoken war between the 2 cities. Like, just a rivalry. I don't know what that's all about. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of look at, like, you said Brighton is more, like, people from Howell look at Brighton as more uppity, or like rich folks over there, and Howell is a little bit more less uppity, I guess.
Scrappy.
Scrappy. I don't know what you call it. But when it comes to real estate prices in both, like, I thought it'd be really fun to just look at it, like, what's the big difference?
Yeah.
Right. What's the difference in cost? And over the past
fact check.
Yeah, fact
Fact check.
Average cost of a house in Brighton runs you right around $469,000.
Okay.
Average cost of a home in Howell, drum roll please, will cost you right around $367,000.
Okay.
So the difference of like $100,000.
It's the $100,000 difference, ladies and gentlemen.
$100,000. I always look at homes for sale in the area as kind of an
barometer.
obvious thing, like barometer. Brighton schools, or Brighton in general, is down 8.9%, okay, over the past couple months. And Howell is down 12%
Wow.
in home sales. So that's across the market in general. But I thought that was pretty interesting. Like, how big is the difference in home values or home prices in both of those? Because anytime you get somebody moving to Livingston County, Heartland comes up.
Sure.
There's parts of South Lyon that's really Livingston County. You got Brighton, Pinckney, Whitmore Lake a little bit, and then obviously Howell.
Yeah.
Is thrown in there, and all of them, provide the same lifestyle. Right? It's the recreation. It's being out in the lakes, and you got Crooked Lake, half Howell, half Brighton.
Right.
You got the Portage chain of lakes. You got Pinckney, and some of those are in Washtenaw County. So you got some people like, oh man, yeah, we're from Ann Arbor. Like we go to the Portage chain of lakes. Like, wasn't it Livingston County? No. It's in Washtenaw County. It's in Washtenaw County. We're still safe. We're still safe from it. So I thought that'd be fun to just kind of look at that. But we're crunched for time on today's episode. Really enjoyed the conversation today about it. I think we'll do more. I got next week. I'll talk about ice cream.
Okay.
Getting into the summer months. We kind of talked about a little bit about that today.
I got it. And we need your help. Where is the dividing line between what's considered Brighton and what's considered Howell?
Oh.
And don't end. Nope. Future. That's it. That's
Good
all.
tease,
That's
good
everything,
tease.
ladies and gentlemen. We're done. So, guys, to your point, again, this one was off the cuff, and you'll tell us whether or not you enjoyed it or not. And if you did, it means I just don't have to write episodes going forward. So if you liked what you saw today, please, by all means, share it around with other people. Let them know what's going on with the What's Up Brighton podcast. If you've not already done so, please subscribe so that Mark can get more members of the community to join us at Mount Brighton at a future date to be announced in future episodes for something to do with pizza. So that's it. That's all I said again. That's everything. Thanks, guys. Well done. Until next time, this is Roger signing out.